Hey y'all, Dixie here. Today I want to talk to you about my go-to trail snacks. My snack choices have definitely changed over the years. There's a video that I did not long after I finished my thru hike of the Pacific Crest Trail, and I was looking back at that. In that video, I was talking about the different foods that were my favorites on the PCT, including meals, but at the end I talked about snacks in particular. I was ranting and raving about things like Snickers, which, man, I had to have like one a day on that thru hike, and Skittles, candy bracelets, Cheez-Its, roasted marshmallows, peanut butter crackers, and more. Since then, I've tried to focus more and more on eating healthy in life in general, and some people think that it can be kind of hard to transfer to the trail and to make better choices on trail, and I used to think so too, or you'll burn it off or whatever, and yes, the calories you will, but what you put into your body fuels it, and I have realized that more and more over the years, and I want to continue doing this as long as possible, so I might as well fuel my body properly so I can. Since my completion of the Triple Crown trails, thankfully, there have been a lot more healthier options put on the market. So it is actually easier to be healthier on trail now than it used to be. And I think as people continue to want those things more and more, there will be more options out there. So anyway, without further delay, these are my current go-tos. First, Carnivore Snax. Carnivore Snax are a dried meat snack, but they are absolutely not jerky, like way better than jerky. It's one of those things that you have to try to really understand. And when I say Carnivore Snax, I mean specifically the ribeye, because that one is my absolute favorite. I don't know what process they do to dry their meat, but it's crispy and buttery, and the only two ingredients in Carnivore Snax is grass-fed beef and salt, and that's if you go with one of the beef cuts. They do also have chicken and other meats. When I was on a really limited diet on the Arizona trail and I wasn't even eating red meat, I did have their chicken sliders, but the ribeye is just scrumptious. And another thing I really like about Carnivore Snax is they source from suppliers who are doing things the right way on their farms. I feel like people in general don't get enough protein. I mean, especially thru hikers, I feel like don't focus on getting enough protein. And there may be backpackers and thru hikers who carry protein powder with them. That can just get a little messy, and Carnivore Snax for me is a tasty way to get more protein in my diet while I'm thru hiking. And it's convenient. I don't have to cook it. I just open up the bag and snack away. Each bag of the beef Carnivore Snax has about a pound of meat in it. Of course, it doesn't weigh that because it's dried out. Now, each bag of the ribeye, there are other less expensive cuts, is $40. I know that this is definitely a limiting factor for thru hikers, especially that don't have an income at the time. But if you do want to try out Carnivore Snax, if you Google promo codes, you can usually find something to help give you a discount, at least the first time you order. Is that your walking stick? All right, come on, let's keep walking. On another note, well, still related to the Carnivore Snax, but I recently interviewed Mark Ritz, who is the CEO and co-founder of Carnivore Snax, on my new podcast, Off Trail with Dixie. So if you want to check out that episode, it'll be coming out soon on all major platforms. And as an aside with that, because I know somebody will say it, no, I am not sponsored by Carnivore Snax. No, they did not pay me to talk about them or to interview the CEO on my podcast. It's just a company that I wanted to talk to. Next up is Chomps beef sticks. This is also a healthier, cleaner way to get protein on the trail. It's like a Slim Jim, but way better quality and better for you. The beef's Chomp sticks are made from grass-fed and finished and non-GMO beef, And while there are more ingredients in this product than in Carnivore Snax, and I don't like the flavor or texture as much as I do Carnivore Snax, I think it is a decent product. There's nothing glaringly bad in their ingredients list, and it's pretty good. They are also more cost effective than the Carnivore Snax. In one stick, you get 10 grams of protein, 100 calories, and they're $2.56 per stick. So basically it costs 25 cents per gram of protein, where Carnivore Snax is a little over double that. Next up, wonderful pistachios. I really like any kind of roasted and salted nuts on trail, not just specifically pistachios, but what I do like about this particular brand is they are just the nut and salt. A lot of times when you get nuts, you're like, okay, I'm making a healthy choice, but there's like some kind of junk in there, like some seed oil or something that's just not necessary. I also like that these pistachios you can find readily available. It's not something that you have to special order. A lot of times they're at convenience stores, gas stations, and grocery stores. They come standard or shelled, and you can get varying levels of salt, but just a 2.5-ounce bag of regular roasted and salted is about $5 depending on where you shop. And in each serving you get 6 grams of protein, 13 grams of fat, and 8 grams of carbs, and about 160 calories. And as a bonus, pistachios are also high in antioxidants, so that can help with things like inflammation and oxidative stress. Next up is That's It bars with Justin's almond butter. That's It bars are made up of various fruits, but they're called That's It bars because it's got fruit in it and that's it. So whatever fruits they have listed, you know, you might prefer certain ones, but they do have several options. I'm all about no added sugars and not having hidden ingredients, and you know, you're eating fruit, but it's just more lightweight. It's kind of like a fruit leather. A pack of 5 standard bars costs about $6 to $7. And while I don't love the flavor of them so much alone, when you slap some Justin's almond butter on there, makes them super tasty. Justin's almond butter comes in individual packets. I mean, you can get a big old jar of it, but I like the individual packets, and then I just open up a That's It bar and squeeze some of the almond butter on it. And then of course with the almond butter you're getting some added protein and fat and more calories too. Justin's almond butter packets just have almonds and palm oil, and they're non-GMO. One packet costs about $1.50, has 6 grams of protein, 19 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs, and 220 calories. So it's one of those things that helps you get some good calories on trail if you're like me and struggle with getting enough. Water. Next up is Barnana plantain chips. When I'm on trail, I want the crunch of a chip, but you don't necessarily have to have all the extra junk in it, and you can still have a chip. It's just organic plantain, organic coconut oil, and Himalayan sea salt. A little fat, some carbs, and as a bonus, some potassium. Next up, Siete sea salt potato chips. So if you're like, nah, a plantain chip ain't gonna cut it, well, these are actually potato chips. Same idea as before, just a healthier option. This is a non-GMO product that's just potatoes, avocado oil, and sea salt. The next snack I want to talk about is Heather's Choice Packaroons. This is one of the more processed foods on the snacks list, if you will, but Heather's Choice makes not just these Packaroons, but also some backpacking meals, and like good ones in general, but also some that are for folks, if you have a more restrictive diet, they might actually have something that you can have. But the Packaroons that they make are absolutely delicioso. They have several different flavors, but my favorite one is the lemon lavender. They're made up of organic coconut nectar, almond flour, organic coconut oil, vanilla extract, dried lavender, sea salt, and lemon oil. Each Packaroon is about 140 calories with roughly 12 grams of fat, 2 grams of protein, and 11 grams of carbs. They cost about $2.50 a piece, and you can order these online, or oftentimes REI actually carries them online and in store. Next, HU dark chocolate bars. What backpacker doesn't want chocolate out on the trail? Given my choice used to be Snickers and other things that have lecithins and soy in them and just a lot of additives. So with trying to live a little better, I'm like, okay, how can I get some healthy chocolate? The HU brand, I think that's what it is. I don't know, it says human on it, but I don't want to be like, you know, the human chocolate bars. They're pretty legit though. The dark chocolate is made up of organic cacao, organic unrefined coconut sugar, and organic cocoa butter. So 3 ingredients. And apparently if you go with chocolate that's 70% dark or more, then it's pretty rich in antioxidants, which, like I mentioned before, is a plus to help with inflammation and oxidative stress, some things that you can definitely experience from backpacking. Next, Thrive Market pitted green olives. I really like these little olive packets because they're just like a convenient snack size, and so you can grab it, rip it open on trail and eat it as a snack, or you could add it to some of your meals. And they're just olives and salt. There's no dyes, there's no preservative, well, I mean, salt. If you do decide to place an order with Thrive Market and you want to get 40% off, then you can use my referral code that's in the video description. I'll get a credit to spend with them. Anyone who signs up can get a referral code to send to somebody else. I know that the HU chocolate bars are on there, and there may be some of these other snacks I've mentioned on there too, but I am not sponsored by Thrive Market, nor do they know who I am. And last but not least, pack out some fresh fruit. This one may seem like a cop-out, you know, you're just trying to get to 10 snacks, but I really do pack out fresh fruit with me on trail a good bit. I like having something to carry out and eat on the first day. It's kind of a morale booster, helps me transition on through hikes from, well, even in regular backpacking trips, from being in town to trail life. I eat it the first day because fresh produce is heavy. But just having something and trying to eat healthier on trail makes me feel good. And I'll normally do something like a banana, an apple, an orange, or an avocado. All right, y'all, well, that is all I have for you today as far as my go-to favorite healthier snacks on trail. If you have any suggestions or you've got particular healthier snack options that you really like and I did not mention today, I'd love to hear about them in the comments because I'm always looking to try new stuff. I actually have a list of several new things that I want to try, so I'll probably do another video like this if y'all found this video useful. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we will see y'all next time. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye. Bye-bye.